The Ohio Ecological Food and Farm Association's 33rd Annual Conference takes place this weekend, and we'll discuss how we can reclaim our food independence. The event draws more than 1,000 attendees and has sold out in advance the past 2 years. Tonight we have J.B. King of Albany here with us, and he's one of the speakers for the event. Mr. King, thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
First of all, just tell us a little about your farm. How big is it, and is it ran by your family?
It's a family-run farm, rather small in today's society of farmers, but we have about 50 acres. We raise livestock, basically, some crops, raising pigs and poultry. We direct market all that, mostly here in the Athens area.
So when did you begin farming, and were you afraid you weren't going to be able to make it?
Well, we began farming in the early 90s full-time. I'd farmed with my other jobs before that all my life, really. But yeah, it was a tough decision, and it's not an easy job, and it's not easy to make it in today's economy on the farms.
Going forward to this weekend a little bit, your operation is called Niche Pork Production, Processing, and Marketing. What does that mean?
Well, the niche pork is, our pork is different because of the way we raise it. It's all of our pork's raised outside, not in confinement buildings. We feed what we consider better feed than the mainstream agriculture does, as well as we process a little differently in a small family processing plant, not ours, but in the community, a few miles away. That making that niche and trying to provide a better product than you would typically buy at a grocery store, that kind of covers the niche part.
How is this different from the other farms in Ohio or perhaps the Midwest?
Well, most hog operations now are owned by corporations. There are still a few independent producers in the large side that have a real hard time dealing with staying in business. The niche pork that we do allows us to stay in business compared to the integrators. Most hogs are raised on a contract, and it's the only way you can sell your hogs is to contract grow for somebody else. So, and like I said, everything on our farm is outside. Most of the other farms are confinement farms.
Now, do you have a farming philosophy with the Ohio Ecological Farm and Food and Farm Association?
Well, we try to be real sustainable. We try to do things that will, not only are we doing them today, we can do them several years down the road. A lot of the people in the organization try to work without chemicals, without drugs. We do the same. It's trying to provide sustainable agriculture, something that will sustain for years. Not sure that the mainstream will be able to do that. There's going to have to be some changes there, I believe.
Now, is this a good time to get into pig farming? You mentioned to me earlier you had poultry too. Is this a good time to get into that kind of business?
Anytime's a good time. We need some younger folks to step up and let some of us older folks show them how to do this and how to survive in this sustainable world, and look forward to doing that.
What are some other topics you're going to be talking about this weekend?
Most of mine will just be covering what we do on the farm with the pork, how to tell somebody else how they can do what we're doing, find the markets, find somebody to process your pork, and to get the pork raised so that you can make a profit. And then we'll be enjoying the rest of the conference, a wide variety of things that pertain to sustainable agriculture, organic agriculture.
Well, Mr. King, thank you so much for being here this evening.
Glad to be here.